So I've talked to quite a few personal injury attorneys, founders of firms, and always, bring up the topic of, what do you feel about, venture capitalists, private investors coming into firms? And some of them are definitely for it because it helps because, you're with a firm that was 45 years in the making. A lot of people that start their own firm, cash flow is hard. If they had an investor, they could, do better. But I think some of the concerns that a lot of people had in the beginning was, is it going to be, a money grab, where you get these big investors coming in, they start dictating how to operate cases, and it's just about the bottom line rather about justice. What's your point on that?
Great question, and such a relevant topic to be discussing. Yeah, there are a lot of lawyers. I would say the vast majority of lawyers want to keep any non-lawyers out of the industry. They just want to keep them out. And my response to that is the weakest warriors want the tallest walls. If there's a firm that has a venture capital partner and that firm is able to attract clients because their offering is better, well, then they should win because that's better for the client. If it's not better for the client, guess what? They won't last very long because they need clients. So any argument against it ignores the invisible hand of the market. It ignores market forces. Now, here's the other thing. Regardless of whether the industry is regulated different, regardless of whether it opens up the way I want, the needs of the people are so dramatic, they're so large, and they're so unmet that there will be non-law companies that come in and meet those needs. It's already happening.
Hmm.
If we were to figure out how many people draft their tenant lease agreements on ChatGPT every day, I'm sure it's in the tens of thousands, right? And that's because lawyers aren't providing that service. We just don't do it. And so the unmet needs of the consumer are already inviting non-law companies to solve law problems. And so it's like, do we want to be a part of it or not? Because if lawyers want to be a part of it, then we've got to stop protecting ourselves and we've got to start innovating and serving the consumer.